Alright, I just woke up, and so this is more of a journaling. So I'm kind of doing the same thing with my Instagram, and I'm going to do the same thing. Did you hear that? That was like right there. It's storming. Anyway, um, I'm going to. Baby, not on my sheets. I love you, honey bunny, but not on my sheets. No, no, no. I usually put my sheets up, but I don't have time because I'm trying to hurry up and say this dream so before I forget it, so I can hurry up and God, that was crazy. Anyway, that's how it was yesterday. It was just like back to back to back, and I didn't get to catch it in time. Anyway, so all right. The dream was with my friend's father. She was in the dream, and then, but he's departed. Beautiful timing, ain't it? That's how it works with spirits too. The reason why is because it was to deal with this evil spirit entities. And it's just very perfect timing with this storm. Okay, so I'm trying to wake up here, and I'm trying to say this. I'm gonna try to keep going. It first started with her father, because that's how he would be. He'd be like, "Come on in, come on in." He's like, "I got some pizza that I'm making." He's like, "Here, come take a bite." And so he gets it out of the thing. And some device, I don't know why it had to be some device, but I do remember something being over there like that. It might have been like a pizza maker or something. And because everything was set up just like the house was. Like, I was in their house and everything. So, he, so I had to break everything down. That's the reason why it's exactly like, this is a perfect example to give. When we're trying to piece everything together, this is exactly it. It's not like clear. You have to piece everything together. So, just, you'll see. Because that's where I'm trying to piece together right now myself. Also, it seems like if I'm at their house and everything, I'm questioning if do I need to remove it from there somehow? Because, like I said, I'm on a path of cleansing and trying to get everything paranormal off of it. I'm done with this as best as I can, from childhood up and everything. And so I can clear my path as best as I can. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. It's just going to help clear from my past stuff to clear that. And then whatever I encounter in the future is going to be there. But anyway, on cue, that lightning and stuff. Good God. Anyway. And there's another one. Okay, so, we do that, I eat. Or no, I take a bite. We sit down. And then it goes immediately into, I was like, I asked him, I said, "Do you remember when you and Dad had to try to open the door when my finger was slammed into the door?" Now I'm going to have to go into the story of that. Okay, so, because he even was like, "No," but then I don't remember what all else was said. I know we had talked, and I wished I could remember everything, because unfortunately I fell back asleep. And then, because I was trying to remember it all, and then I'm waking up now, and so, where I'm trying my best to remember everything. Anyway, so, I don't remember, it might come to me, we'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and give the story real quick. And see if y'all can see it too, because, okay, you see how the thumb right there, it's discoloration? This is the thumb that was slammed in the door. And every time, I wish it would like clearly pick it up. Because, I mean, you could tell that it's not like that on the rest of my nails. It's just that nail. So, anyway, that's what happened because that was the thumb that kept getting slammed into. And, it was crazy. That, yeah, because even my grandma's metal car door back then, and the window, but yeah, it was 2 times the car door and then that window. And it was, trust me, no coinkydinkies. That was caused. Anyway, so I asked him about that. And what happened is, like I said, they had their Bible by this door. And it was on a beautiful wood, and it would be basically like a preacher's wooden stand kind of like type thing. And I don't know where they got it, if they built it or what they did. I'd have to ask her that. But it was sitting on top of that. The Bible was sitting on top of that by the door. And they have a heavy, those old, heavy, true wooden doors. So, like, trust me, it did not feel good to land on my finger. Anyway, so I'm going down the hall, and I'm going to go grab a Barbie doll or something. I was 6 years old. And that's when my parents, and again, when things like this happen, because I'm trying to keep it educational too as well, to be helpful. So maybe if, you encountered something or whatever, something similar, then you could be like, oh, okay, helps piece it together for you. My parents, they were at the time discussing if they're going to get a divorce or whatever. And so we were there for that. And so, trying to remember where, I don't think my other 2 brothers were there. I'm almost wondering if they were at my pawpaw's. And if I was there because of Beth. Anyways, so, because at the time my other brother, he was alive. But he departed when I was 10 years old and he was 9. And then he attached to me because of reasons of what was at the house over there. Anyway, trust me, it's been crazy mess with this paranormal stuff all my life. But that's what happens when you're a medium. I mean, this is just common. This is just normal. This is just what it's like. Anyways, so, trying to remember. Like I said, I'm waking up and I'm trying to tell the story as best as I can. Trying to be as educational as I can. I don't even remember if I edit this video, or if I meant to say it, I'll write it either on the description or on the video or something somehow. But anyway, okay, so back to the story, I guess, as far as that part, because, yeah, I was talking about my parents' divorce, all that. So then, what was it? But okay, just to give us a quick summary. They ended up choosing, unfortunately, to stay together. And I say that because there's a reason. For them, they were all about trying to be as stable as trying, to provide for the family. And that old-timey, type of thing. Like trying to do the right thing, trying to, that's the way they were. And I applaud them for that. But all that had happened and everything that had led up to what had happened, just everything shouldn't have happened the way it did. That's what also partly kept all this stuff around, because when you're literally living in misery and chaos and all kinds of stuff, it attracts these beings and stuff, the darker realms. And so it's not doing anything good for the family. Well, you think you're doing something noble, and again, I applaud them for trying to do something that they thought was right. It actually, in the long run, could do a lot more harm than good. And so I'm doing a lot of healing and a lot of things, even my brother, and, there's a lot to it. So it can cause more harm in the long run. All right. Anyway, so I need to pee too. I'm sitting here like, I gotta hurry this up. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I mean, literally just woke up, grabbed the phone, and started recording. So I'm like, my eyes swollen. Oh no, I look like poo, and I don't care right now. I gotta get this out there. Is he seriously running the water? Anyways. That means bath time coming up soon. Okay, so, because I got the 2 bathrooms. God, man. Either that or he's playing with it. I could have slept a little more. I go down the hall, and at the time, I didn't know any of this till I pieced it all together. And I even told him that too when I got older. And I told him that in the dream too. But anyway, so I'm going down the hall, and I'm going to go grab a toy. And my friend, she just came out of her room. And so she was running down the hall. And so I think she was feeling that lady too. And so she runs past me, and then out comes her room, that lady, and an older lady, and she's giving me the biggest go to heck look. And I'm like, I'm thinking somehow her grandma or something's visiting or whatever, because I didn't know what was going on. I'm 6 years old. Here comes this lady out of thin air. I don't know. I mean, magic's real at that time, so anything can happen, and but she's hovering down the hall, and I was just like, pretty much, kind of bowing down, like, I'm sorry. So when she gets past me, I run down to her room, and I grab it, and I'm running back because I couldn't stand those energies. And right when I'm getting there, the door's starting to close. Nobody's there, of course. And so, of course, that hand with the thumb, I go and I grab it, and I'm trying to pull it back, but I can't. And it slams on my finger. And it just stays there. And I'm just screaming because it hurts so bad. And I look to my right, and there's this little girl that looks just like my friend. But she was probably Victorian age or something, like the way she was dressed and everything. I don't know why, because in that neighborhood, those homes were literally just built. So it had to be an object or something they had that had an attachment or something to it. Because my grandma and them, the reason why they moved out there from Alaska, they were in Alaska also because her husband was in the Navy. And so, they adopted my mom, which we still feel had to have been her sister's husband that probably got her mom pregnant. So it still feels like it was in the actual family, but grandma, she was trying to have children and kept losing. I can't remember the name of it. They would go almost full term or something, and then unfortunately they would, and I think she twice, if I'm correct, and that's when they were like, no more, we can't do that. And so then they adopted my mom, and so they lived right beside my friends, the one I'm talking about right now, and because that area was really haunted. But like I said, those were built for the Navy back in the 70s, I think they said. 60s, 70s, something like that. For the Navy shipyard or whatever and all that out there where he worked at. And she worked at the chemical plants as a secretary or accountant. She did something. Anyway, so there's no reason why at that type of era girl to be out there. It just makes no sense. So it has to be, like I said, an object or something, which is going to help me break this stuff down because I haven't done nothing to work on her. I don't think. I'm trying to remember what work I've done or what. So they're obviously, because it's been calling my attention because that on my finger had completely healed. Like it did not look like that until recently, until like a few months ago. I can't remember exactly what month, but something got lodged in there, and then all of a sudden I had all that, and I had to, it was a mess. And so I was like, really? So I was like, okay, so there's some reason why this is coming about. Like, there's something I got to work on or something. And here we are today. So that's why I'm making this video too. So I can watch this as well and try to remember, like, okay, yeah, that's right, that happened, while I'm piecing everything together. And it's going to come to me and I'm going to figure it out and it's going to be done with for once in my life. Because I am not dealing with this stuff anymore. So anyway. Yeah, so... God, this is a mess. Anyway, so it's obviously calling my attention, and it's going to be worked on. I don't know if it's the girl, if it's the older lady, if it's the entity, if they're both the entity. Now, the old lady, I know, was Zane's, the guy that ended up attaching to me as a kid, his wife. So, I know that was her. I'll have to go into that story, too. Okay. Trying to get there because I got to finish the other story. All right, so Zane had attached to me. What it sounds like, what I read into, what we gathered on the EVP session, EVP session, that would be digital recorder, not spirit box. I had the videos, and I would have showed y'all the videos if they didn't, the channel and. Anyway, so, God, that's so upsetting still. Anyway, but yeah, so if I can find that, if I have it on my digital recorder somewhere, 'cause I got to dig through all of that, because I was upset at something, and yeah, because it kept saying, like, I didn't have enough room or something to record, so I was like, delete, 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 so I lost a lot of things. But anyway, so hopefully maybe I might have that still on there. And if so, I'll, I know, Mike, you always want a bath. You always want a bath for attention. Mostly. I know. But anyway, so, we'll get there. It ended up where, oh my God. Distractions. If I was awake, it wouldn't be as bad, hopefully. I'll have to get me some tea or something. Oh, yeah, he did leave that out last night. I couldn't get back up to get it up because I had, like, just fell asleep for, like, maybe an hour or two. Anyways, I'm trying to remember where I was. I'm gonna pause it. Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying. We'll try to keep this going as quick as I can. Basically, he ended up offing his family, and yay, he was attached to me, and yay, I ended up going to the school that he actually worked at later years, because when I was watching TV, he was like, and I was a child at the time, I can't remember the age, 8 years old maybe, the weather guy came on. He was brand new, like introduced that day and everything, and he was just like, you're gonna meet him in person, and I'm like, huh? You know, and he's like, you're gonna meet him in person. And I was like, oh, okay, that'll be cool, you know. I didn't know why. And, of course, later years found out that I did meet him in person, and we went on paranormal investigations. Yeah. So, I did meet him. His name was Kerry Cooper. He was our local weatherologist, or whatever you call it. And him and his friend, they had a team. So, like, his friend had a team for Louisiana, and then he was the Texas side. So we would go back and forth from Texas and Louisiana and do some paranormal investigating. And my mom, she had to take me and everything. And so, anyway, where are we going at? So, okay. So I'm trying to keep up. So we went to his school where he worked at, and one of them had to take me there because I don't remember Mom being there. That's way into Louisiana. So I think she must have dropped me off and they picked me up. I don't know, a friend, I think. Something like that. Anywho's, so we get there and everything, and this guy is like this guy spirit, even the other psychic there too. She's like, he's so aggressive towards you. She's like, I don't know why. And I'm like, I know, I feel it. He won't leave me alone. And like he was trying to push me down these concrete stairs and stuff. And finally I started recording, and I'm like, are you trying to push me down the stairs? And he's like, yes, and all this stuff. And I'm like, And so everywhere we go, he's like so violent towards me. But he was attached to me. And that was the school that he had worked at. And so I'm on his turf now, and he didn't like that. But he also had attachments too that had to be removed, which causes them to be more angry, more violent, more, not themselves fully, when this is happening. And so, which I think was part also to what led up to what he did to his family. Because he was like, I didn't want her to have anybody else, and da 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 da, and so she was cheating, and it was a mess. But anyway, so she got really upset at me, and that's why she was treating me the way she did then, also with my finger and everything in the door, because her husband was attached to me, and this, that, and the other. Like, he was overly fond of me and all that. We got all that on the EVP session. Anyway, because he wouldn't let guys be near me and all that, and I noticed that too. And so, like, because the way that things were when I was growing up and everything, it was just weird. Anyway, while he was attached to me then. And so, yeah, very possessive. I even heard that too. Yeah, very possessive of me. But, anyway, so while the door is slammed on my finger and everything, I'm, screaming and everything. And I'm looking at this girl, and I'm like, stop, you're, pushing the door. And she's like, no, I'm helping you. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're pushing the door. And so we go through that a few times, and then she ends up going on the other side of the door. And then I feel even more of a, it was insane. Like, she must have been pulling even harder or something, got with the lady or whatever. And, I remember almost passing out a few times. Like, it was insane pain, y'all. Anyway, so her dad and my dad. Now, keep in mind, these are tall, big dudes, okay? My dad was near 7 foot tall and big boned and everything. Not no small frame, tall dude. No, he was big boned. Really big guy. And her dad, same way, very big bone guy as well, 6'5" at least. And so they were trying to pull the door and everything. And, but I wonder why in the dream I'm gonna figure all this out. Anyway, so, because I'm sitting here thinking, like, why would I talk to him about this? And why would, like, I don't know. But I know it's catching my attention. And it's going to get figured out. So obviously today, because you even heard the light, or the thunder and everything too, and I'm like, yep, right on cue with it. So, and it's calmed down now at the moment. So they're trying to open the door, and then finally, after some time and everything, then the door opens, because they were hollering at me, let go of the door, unlock the door. How am I doing it? It slammed on my finger. It can't even lock because it's not all the way closed. It slammed on my finger. Anyways, so it took forever. I asked my parents off and on, not always, but just, when it came up, did they remember? Do they remember? And they didn't, and that's just how the paranormal works. Like, not everybody's going to remember. I mean, that happened to me. That was traumatic to me. But not everybody's going to remember when somebody encounters something paranormal. Like, one person might out of 10 people, or maybe 5 people might out of 10 people. It just, I don't know. It just is what it is. So anyway, okay, yeah, making sure she didn't. So I got to put my sheets up. So there's something going on that's trying to catch my attention that I'm going to have to, I don't know if it's from over there, because I was in their home. And the way, I mean, it has to be. And it might be because of whatever family there, they might be being tormented by that stuff. I'm confident so. And they need that removed. And basically, with me being the medium and everything that I do, And like I said, that was very weird for my finger to do that just a few months ago. And I'm like, because I could feel it. It's like a lot of my childhood stuff, while I'm on my twin flame cleansing path and everything, it's like everything's resurfacing. And so it's like a lot of the old stuff I'm having to release, remove, cleanse, this, that, and the other, heal, and so this is part of it. And so, but I just got to figure it out. And so maybe there's going to be a part 2. I'm pretty sure there probably will be a part 2 of this video, where I can go ahead and go into more detail once I piece things together. I don't know, we'll see, but I do need to wake up. I do need to get things going for the day. And I feel better again. I don't feel like I was the last few days. And the reason why the last few days also is because I didn't realize what was happening, that every time I come across or have to do any kind of cleansing work, my emotions and my mental are going to be out of whack. And that's just how it works with the paranormal and being a medium. So I'm trying to constantly remember, like, okay, I need to start paying attention. When I start feeling like this, I need to break it down. Is it maybe a menstrual cycle, which I should have had, but with me adding, working out, changing diet, this, that, and the other, a whole bunch of other things, stressing out, blah, blah, blah. I think that's what's messing it up. I know that's what's messing it up right now. Anyway, and so I just recently went through the closet, got rid of things that weren't mine, that had stuff on it, and I didn't know. Now, the problem is there's still stuff on the property that I need to get off of the property, so it's not fully done yet. I think that's part why I was able to have this dream today, too, because I know, hold on, baby. She got in that door, or my son let her in, and she's like wanting back out. She's not great at opening the door. She can, but she's not great at it. I know, mama. And so I still got to go in there anyway and make sure that there's nothing attached to anything, even on my stuff that's in there, because of the stuff that was his is tainted and this, that, and the other. And I was guided also that not only the object that was given to me, he put a curse on, but there's something in here, and I think it's also in there too. Maybe not, but I'm going to find that. And then I know that the ladder and everything, that I left the ladder in there because I had to go to the top part of it to grab things. That also has stuff. Like, I've noticed that from the get-go when I had bought it. So, and I need that ladder. I mean, I don't know. I'll figure a way to cleanse that. So I need to get that out of the closet because I don't need to get up there anymore. But I'm going to probably sage it really good today or something and do some work. But yeah, so there's a lot that I got to piece together. And like I said, this is kind of like my journal, but at the same time educational for others. And then this will help me also, while I'm doing this cleansing and stuff, I can come back and be like, okay, is there something that I'm missing maybe? They're guiding me back to this video. So, I watch it and it's like, oh, that's what it is, And then and then the energies will be around. Like Art, I'm sure he's going to be in, that was his name, her dad. I'm sure I'm going to be feeling him too. In other words, the energies of him as well. And, okay, she got under there. But yeah, so, I got to figure all this out. And I think, like I said, now it's just going to be one thing after another, after another, after another. Because like I said, it's a constant cleansing thing, but it's getting done. Like, a lot of the past and what's been present that's constantly causing the harm is getting removed. You see, so it's clearing the path. It's just a lot of work to it. And so, but I have to remember, anytime my emotions or whatever get out of whack, if it ain't menstrual, it could be paranormal. If it ain't something else, then it's paranormal. And then I need to, quickly try to realize what's going on and all that and fix it. So anyway, that's another little tip for you too. That's the thing that we have to do as mediums. That's what I teach my students as well as others. Y'all behave. Is that you have to go down a list of like what's going on. Why is your emotions like this? What's going on? Is it this? Is it that? Is it something personally going on? Is it blah blah blah? Like all that I just said and stuff. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. We're not gonna just keep it going. Like I said, probably part 2 and 3 and 4 and a whole bunch of other parts. Probably. Pretty sure there will be. But I don't know when. I mean, this is not a timed thing where I can just be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make the next video, I don't know, 2 days from now, a week from now, 5 days from now. I can't do any of that because it literally is on the paranormal or whatever time, like whatever you want to say it is, it's on that time, not my time. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video now, and there will be more. Oh, the other little baby came in, I think. Or trying to. Something like that. My cats are coming in here too. Anyways, much love, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions and you're going through something personally, and it seems like something that I said that could be helpful, but you want to know a little more information, but pertaining to your situation or whatever, just let me know, and I'll try to tap into it quickly, and see maybe if I can, help a little bit that way or whatever. So just leave a comment, and then we'll pretty much go from there. Much love. See y'all soon. Bye for now.